Hey guys, welcome back to the First Methodist Shreveport podcast. We are here with Meg Goorley, Executive Director at Catholic Charities today, and we're going to hear all about the amazing work that she's doing over there. So Meg,
Thanks for having me.
doing all right today?
I'm doing very well in this heat.
Yeah. This is pre-recorded, and this is the week of 100 plus degree temperatures all week long, so we're all doing our best to survive. But thank you for being here today.
My pleasure, especially with our relationship, with Catholic Charities' relationship with First Methodist Church. It's an honor for me to be here.
Yeah, we heard so many great things about you from Michelle. And so could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you became or moved into the position of Executive Director at Catholic Charities?
Oh, goodness. I've been Executive Director for Catholic Charities for 7 years. Every job I've ever had, someone approached me. So I think that I didn't even know there was a Catholic Charities here. And so I am Catholic. And I have to be Catholic, and my board chair has to be Catholic, but nobody else has to be Catholic.
Nice.
But there was an opening, and someone came in from North Carolina and wanted the job. They interviewed him, and then they offered him the salary, and he kind of swallowed, and he said, I was hoping for double that. And so
Brave
they
move.
forgot to ask about that. I want double too. But I've been in nonprofits for over 30 years, and I have to say that this is the most fulfilling job I've ever had. So
That's great to hear.
yes.
Nice. And so were you in a Catholic Charities position somewhere else before you came to Shreveport, or?
No. I had been raising money for the food bank, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
So-
okay. Very
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
And so it's just a seamless transition into the Catholic Charities?
It was pretty seamless. I mean, it was just love at first sight, really.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was here. It didn't really have a name. I actually have heard of Catholic Charities, but nationwide. And we are one of the youngest Catholic Charities offices in the country. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's why.
So there's like different branches of Catholic Charities in different parts of the country?
There are, and
Okay.
we all sort of do something different, but similar.
Okay.
You know, we all fight poverty and welcome the stranger.
Nice. Well, that's great. Cool. So can you tell us a little bit about like Catholic Charities here in Shreveport?
Yes. So people know us because we help pay a bill, a portion of a bill. We don't pay the whole thing.
Yeah.
But when people call us, before they tell us anything, we just say, you have to come to our Money School on Tuesday morning. Everybody comes to Money School. We take 30 a week, first come, first serve. And it's about a 3-hour class where we teach about leaks. We teach you how to read your electric meter, your own electric meter. I mean,
Yeah.
and by the way, if you had a paper bill still, it shows you on your bill how to read it. You read the numbers, you go outside and read the numbers. Then you see what time you do that. Then at the very next day, the very same time, you read them again. And it used to be 10 cents for a kilowatt hour. So
Yeah.
however many, you could guess how much your bill would be.
Uh-huh.
And now it's 15 cents a kilowatt hour. Just
Ooh,
saying.
goodness.
So we have a lot of people say, "Well, I can't budget for my air conditioning." Hate to tell you, but you can. So we give really practical advice. We tell our clients, if you have one air conditioner, one window air conditioner, you stay in that room and take old blankets and hang them from your ceiling and block off the rest of the room. If you really, really like air conditioning, go to a library, go to your friend's house who has air conditioning, and run the fan all the time. Fans are inexpensive, so we
Okay.
kind of teach you how to work the system.
Yeah.
We get down and dirty. We talk about cigarettes. We understand that they are addictive, and so we immediately tell you to use generic cigarettes. When I was in college, people could buy a pack of cigarettes for 25 cents out of a machine, I think. I don't know, maybe 50 cents. I saw them putting coins in.
Yeah.
But now, turns out, cigarettes are $8 a pack. So what we sit there and we show them, we let them tell us, okay, how many packs of cigarettes? And the class gets into it. Well, we smoke a pack a day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then how much are the cigarettes? We show them every day. And so we show them how they can save 3 months worth of rent, 3 months worth of rent by not smoking.
Wow.
But we also recognize that it's a habit.
Mm-hmm.
And so we tell them, okay, well, stop loaning your cigarettes out. If someone comes to ask you for a cigarette, I don't have any, and don't smoke in front of them. I mean, just kind of odd things, but we ration your cigarettes if that's what you're going to do. Use generic. We also get, after this portion, this 3 hours that we do, and we give them an inspirational video that it shows that you have to take control of your own life, because what we're doing is teaching you how to get out of your own situation.
Nice.
So everyone's given a one-on-one, and in your one-on-one, you figure out your budget. And you better be honest.
Yeah.
If you smoke weed, put that you smoke weed and how much it costs each week. Okay? I mean, we're not going to judge or tell on you. What we're doing is have you figure out your own solution.
Yeah.
Because you can only come see us once every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you better come back showing us what we taught you. Okay? And did you do it?
Yeah.
Because you probably didn't do it if you came back.
Right.
So
It sounds like the streetwise version of Dave Ramsey.
I mean,
love it.
exactly is that. My staff, they're certified credit counselors.
Yeah.
We talk about credit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it. If you're pretty poor, why do you even need credit?
Mm-hmm.
Well, not to go to the payday loans. I'm telling you that right now. But when we explain to our clients that you're paying more for rent than you could be for paying a house note, they say, what? And so that leads me into a new program we started last year. We have 3 certified HUD housing counselors. And what we're working with our clients is to if they're above poverty, but they're working, they can work towards repairing their credit and qualifying for a house in a neighborhood where it's called Happy Money. The city of Shreveport offers it, where they help with a down payment. There are a lot of things for first-time home buyers, and so what we're doing is helping them into their first home.
Yeah.
And you know what? Owning a house is good for our clients, and it's good for the community too, because homeowners pay taxes.
Yeah.
And if you own your house, you're going to take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It's a great program, and I'm thrilled that we're doing that.
Good. So, to back up a little bit, so when someone comes to Catholic Charities for the first time, you said they don't get anything until they go through this money school on Tuesdays.
Correct.
And then after the money school, they have a one-on-one where someone goes over their budget.
Correct.
And helps them to understand how they're spending their money.
Exactly.
Interesting.
But all of our programs have something to do with education.
Yeah.
We also have a parenting program. It's called Gabriel's Closet. And it started off, I mean, it's really volunteer driven. We have a group of women who've been volunteering their time for many, many years. And on Monday afternoons and on Thursday afternoons, the parents come in. It's parents of children 0 to age 4. And they learn things like autism awareness, things to be watching for, how to discipline with love,
Yeah.
how to do CPR,
Oh, wow.
you know, just a lot of things. And someone in the school board told us recently that the Hispanic children that they are getting have not been kindergarten ready. So we help Hispanics in that the parenting program, this Gabriel's Closet, we have a group of Hispanic mothers who, by the way, they don't speak English. So we have people who translate for them or teach it in Spanish.
Yeah.
We are so lucky that we have 2 physicians, 2 retired pediatricians who come teach a class once a month.
Huh.
You know, so I mean, really, it's really wonderful
Yeah,
that we do
absolutely.
this. And so one of the teachers comes from Minden, and she's Hispanic. She's a pediatrician. She teaches about newborns because was in the NICU.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Gabriel's Closet is a wonderful thing. Why do parents come? You know, nobody wants to go to class. Yeah. But at the end of the day, they're earning merits. So the merits they buy, we have diapers, wipes, cribs, high chairs, baby formula, food, clothing, all kinds of clothing. Anything that you need for a baby, we have it.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what we give in exchange for them learning the parenting classes. So
Okay.
that's Gabriel's Closet.
Nice. So the parents come, and I guess the return on them learning about this stuff is they get the credits to get stuff for their family.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And is this
So-
mostly like non-English speaking?
No, not
or-
mostly, but we have increased that population
Okay.
because someone at the school board told me that. So,
Okay.
no, it's for anybody. It's for
Okay.
anybody.
Nice.
And we have parents who, you know, their children are teenagers now, but they started having children again, so they've come back.
Yeah.
So even those clients, they give back. They want to give back some toys or something that is still in good enough shape that they could give back. Because most of our things are used.
Yeah.
You know, not high chairs, car seats, not so much. They have an expiration date. So, but we do have car seats
Yeah.
for the parents,
Nice.
for the babies.
That's great.
Now, the Hispanics you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
so we got an award last year for being a nonprofit that helps the Hispanic community. And basically, I have an attorney on staff full time. She's an immigration attorney. And so she helps file paperwork through United States Customs and Immigration Services, USCIS. It's under the Department of Justice. And people are here sometimes without knowing that they can be documented. And we help people become American citizens. But I got to tell you, it takes 5 years about. It really does. I mean,
Really?
it's a hard thing. I'd love to give you the test sometime, the test that they have to pass in English. Yeah. So we offer, in addition to the Gabriel's Closet and the Immigration Legal Services, we also offer ESL, English as a Second Language classes. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
But we
cool.
don't go to court. We don't do that.
Yeah.
We don't help anybody who would be a criminal or something. That we don't do that.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard one thing, or I think we talked about this before we started, was that people who come to Catholic Charities, it's almost like a one and done kind of thing. Or maybe you could explain that more.
So only if you're asking for assistance.
Okay.
All right, assistance to help pay a bill. You're not one and done. You have to wait 2 years before you can come back and ask us to help pay a bill. And we don't pay
Okay.
the whole bill. We only pay a portion of a bill.
Yeah.
And we make sure that you can stay in there for 30 days after that. So you have to show us your plan for staying in there.
Really?
Yes, I mean we're teaching them how to handle their finances, and they have to be smarter with their finances than people with money.
Yeah.
So our clients are not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are underemployed or have a disability.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about disabilities.
Mm-hmm. And I've heard like the working poor, like it's almost worse than being homeless. Like when you're in a situation where you might not have the skills to get a higher paying job and you're having to work part-time jobs.
Yes.
The ability and the work that it takes to survive is almost harder than it is to be homeless.
So that's very true. And people are receiving benefits from the government. And can I tell you, they're not enough to live on,
Yeah.
right? So let's say, I'm going to give it, for instance, food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
Food stamps don't last. They might last 3 out of the 4 weeks of a month. And so you really can't live off of it. It's supplemental. Same with disability. We have people who are afraid to get a job because they don't want to lose their disability. Well, nobody can live with the disability check that you get. Nobody. To pay your rent, utilities, and food, nobody can.
Yeah. And I'm sure you would know because you've probably seen
We see
almost
it
every
every day.
situation.
And here's something kind of interesting.
Yeah.
If someone with disability were to marry someone with a disability and they both are getting disability checks, that bumps them off of one of their disability checks, which isn't even $1,000. Okay, so if you're both making $940, if you get married or move in the same household, you get kicked off.
Yeah. And that would be $940 a month?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
So we encourage people
Yeah.
to get a job. We're not allowed to ask what your disability is. But what we do ask is, what can you do? You know, I'm having a great conversation with you.
Yeah.
You could probably call on the phone, or there are many jobs now, particularly now when people work from home. I mean, there are many jobs you can do, and even if they reduce your disability, at the end of the day, you're still making more money.
Yeah.
And you'll probably not be off the disability roll in case you lose this job, but it's much better for you to work. And we work with like the Y and Goodwill to help them get work ready.
Yeah.
But it's a hard nut to crack because people are so scared to lose what they have.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll hear people complain about, people are, living off the government. Well, they kind of are, but they're not living well. And so they're afraid to let go of what they're getting because they don't have a safety net. It would be wonderful if our elected officials would develop a tier system. So if you do get a job, then you're not immediately kicked off of Medicaid or SNAP or these. How about a step-down system? But that's another day. So anyway, but we are trained. We're partners with Department of Children and Family Services, DCFS, and so we can help people fill out their application for food stamps. It's a little confusing, so I mean, we don't tell them what to do. I mean, we say they're asking for your name, you put it here, and yeah. So anyway,
Well, that's great.
type of thing.
And you said there was a medical aspect to what y'all do, or there was something we're about to talk about.
No, there's not. Well, there's not a real medical aspect about what we do, but I can assure you that if you were constantly living in poverty, it affects your health. It does, and there's studies that have proven that. So I feel like we were going to talk about the people who kind of fell in between, where you're not so
Yes.
far from poverty, you're just up from that, but you don't have a savings account, you don't have a safety net of any kind, and it would be devastating if you had insurance from your work. Let's say you're working but not making enough money, and you can't afford your medical bills if you went in the hospital.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were poor, you could have Medicaid, and that would take care of your health. So there are people falling through the cracks every day. I'm not saying that there aren't.
Yeah.
But what we try to do is we help people help themselves and navigate their way.
That's great. I mean, from the budgeting aspect of it, Gabriel's Closet, it sounds like Catholic Charities is doing a pretty phenomenal job for the community.
I feel so proud of my staff because they are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And they've been doing this for many, many years. They're compassionate, smart. People cry in their office every day. And they walk out smiling and laughing. You know, that's pretty amazing. Because what my team has been able to do is shift it in their direction. And all of a sudden you can kind of see that they've become empowered, and they can't wait to tell us if they get a job or do things. You know, we had somebody, that we turned her down because we couldn't help her. And Carl, the person who's the case manager who's been here the longest, he said, "You need to move in with your daughter and son-in-law." And that's just what happened. And what's funny is we ended up hiring her through Gene Simpson many years later. I just think that's funny because it's a full circle.
Yeah, it shows that she stuck with it, and what y'all said really must have impacted her.
And we didn't help her either, so we can't help everybody. We don't have that enough money.
Yeah, but it's great that you're giving them the ability to stand on their own and to take accountability and see their situation and give them the opportunity to take control of it.
Well, and that's one thing I want to be sure that you understand is how much we appreciate First Methodist Church, because for years, before I ever got there, you have been financially supporting the program, Money School, because it's a great program. And when you have people who come here for help, you tell them there is a wonderful place to go, and you send them to Catholic Charities. So if Michelle ever tells me, Michelle Osborne, she's fabulous. If she says, "Meg, there's somebody who really needs help," and I mean, we help anybody, but if Michelle sends somebody to me, I'm going to pay attention.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am just very grateful to First Methodist Church because you do great work here, and I couldn't be happier working together with you.
That's great. So how does First Methodist work with Catholic Charities? Is it mostly just a referral system, or is
So it's a referral system, and in that way, there's one other thing. When there is a disaster, boy, you all have a great system. I mean, through your network, by the way. Catholic Charities, it's Catholic Charities USA. We have a great network, and so the nation comes together when there's a disaster. And often, even if the disaster's not in Shreveport, but it's in South Louisiana and everybody comes north, we're the ones who are helping take care of the people who are staying in the shelters, people who've stayed in the hotels and they need help. We all kind of work together, so I'm grateful for the disaster aspect where we work together in that way.
Nice. Was Lake Charles one of the? I know there was a bad storm in Lake Charles. Quite a few bad storms in Lake Charles recently.
Yes. So even when Hurricane Harvey hit Houston, Lake Charles was affected at that time. And people came up through Louisiana on the west side of the state, and they came north and landed here. And I met many people. Matter of fact, we had somebody whose wife, she just had a baby, but it was a preemie, and it was in the hospital in Lake Charles, and they needed to transfer it to another hospital. So they came here, but the man's truck had gotten water. It went way high. And so what happened was he could fix things, but he didn't have his tools with him. So there was honestly, member of this church, First Methodist,
All right.
who happened to have a car dealership. And I reached out to him, and I said, there's this person here who needs someone. He just needs tools to fix his own truck.
Yeah.
And this gentleman took the call from me, and then he had his general manager, who had tools, stay there over the weekend while the man used his tools to fix his truck. I mean, that was really wonderful, and I'll never forget that. So.
I'm sure. It's just one of those genuine acts of kindness.
Exactly. So, that's another thing about your church. You have so many people that I know who are members here from different walks of life, by the way. And they're all just really wonderful people.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for the relationship that we have serving the poor along with you.
Yeah. Well, we're grateful for you, Meg.
So.
And so do you have any testimonials or any story? I know you mentioned a woman who wound up getting a job with y'all, but are there any other testimonies that you have of people who have stood out that have gone through Catholic Charities program?
So we do, and we get them short term. I mean, at the end of every class, we want to know what they've learned. We do a pre and post test, okay? But in addition, we want to know, what are you going to change? What habit or what is it that you're going to change when you walk out this door?
Yeah.
And they all say something. Most of them say they're going to make a budget or track spending. A few times they'll say, I'm going to quit smoking, but we'll see. But they all say what it is that they're going to do, because when they leave the class, they're kind of fired up. Oh, I can do this. I'm going to do this or that. And so that's one thing that we like to see that they're going to change. We know we do a little bit of follow-up, but our follow-up is 3, 6, and 12 months later, and it's for everybody. Okay, so it's for people who came in and we didn't help.
Yeah.
Or people we did help. I mean, you just never know. And the people that we do help, they move a lot. They change phone numbers a lot. And so you find that, and they'll hang up on you if you didn't help them. But occasionally we get people who say, yeah, I'm doing so much better. I got a job, because pretty much we'll tell you need to get a job.
Yeah.
That whatever it is you're earning right now, it's not enough. So they appreciate the fact that we don't judge them. We might ask some of the mothers, are you getting child support? I mean, you have 3 or 4 children.
Yeah.
Are you getting child support because you're not married to their father? Well, they might be getting child support for 1 or 2, and we say, well, why not the others? Because a father actually feels better when he is supporting his children.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a couple of answers to that. And we understand those answers. Sometimes the father might be in jail and so he can't.
Yeah.
Or sometimes the answer is, well, his mama helps me, and then that's worth more to me than $200 a month from their father.
Yeah.
Right? Because childcare is so expensive. Yeah, so we understand that. So we just bring it up as a suggestion, but there's a reason for lots of things that they do. So,
Yeah.
So we get testimonials, and so I do have some testimonials, but it's sort of an everyday kind of thing. Just the fact that they're thriving.
Yeah.
And everybody loves their child. Everybody loves their child, and God loves everybody's child, whether you have money or you don't have money.
Mm-hmm.
So
Amen.
we're all kind of dealt our cards, and we have to learn how to play the game.
Yeah. Absolutely. So aside from, I guess, tithing to the church and then the church helping Catholic Charities, or is that how it works? Or is there a financial?
Gosh. So that's one way that Protestant and Catholic churches are totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Tithing means 10% to the church, and I love that about the Protestant churches. Catholics aren't like that.
Yeah.
You may get a lot more or a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not how that works.
Okay.
And so, not to mention, I go to different masses myself,
Yeah.
roaming Catholic, not Roman. But I represent a Catholic organization, and so I kind of want to be seen at a lot of the different Catholic churches around the area. But there are many different churches to go to, and each church will give the diocese, the Catholic Center,
Yeah.
a portion of money
Okay.
for what they make. And many years ago, when I first started, we got a large amount of money
Yeah.
from the diocese. I mean, large is relative, but for me, it was large.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just moved into a new building in February 1st of 2022. And how did we do that? We were in the will of a priest who died. And he left his estate. He didn't spend it. He moved here at 16, became a priest. And he had, everywhere he was stationed, he had cash in the bank. And people fed him. Everybody fed him. He didn't do anything. He didn't go anywhere. He never went back to Ireland. And so he didn't spend any money. So it was a substantial amount of money that he left us. And so we were able to move into a new building, remodel and move into a new building. So
Nice.
And so our bishop considers that our big gift from the diocese. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. And so, but if people from First Methodist wanted to help Catholic Charities or become more involved, like what would be the best way for First Methodist Shreveport to serve Catholic Charities?
Oh, boy. Yeah. So, we would love to have donations. We're a 501c3, so it's tax deductible. We always need volunteers for Gabriel's Closet, which is the parenting classes. You can babysit the children while the parents are shopping, or you can teach classes, or you can sort through the clothes that are donated to us, and that's 2 days a week,
Okay.
2 afternoons a week. You can teach English as a second language. You don't have to speak another language. And so we always need a substitute, and we always... we might need another teacher next semester. So, we would love to have you do that.
Great.
And tell people about every month we teach a first-time homebuyers class.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So look on our website. It's generally the last 2 weeks. We do it on it has to be 8 hours total because we are a certified HUD housing counseling agency. Has to be full 8 hours. So
Yeah.
we do 2 hours on Tuesday, Thursday, and then the next Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay.
And it's really well done. So
Good.
would love to have, and you don't have to qualify by being poor. You just
Yeah.
have to come. We'd love to help you.
Awesome. And so if someone knows someone who they think could benefit from Catholic Charities, I guess, can you give an example of who the person is that would qualify or be best for Catholic Charities, and then how would someone get them in touch with you?
So you can, how to get in touch with us, www.cc, like Catholic Charities, NLA, like North Louisiana's,
Okay.
ccnla.org.
Okay.
We have a Facebook page. We have a website. You can Google us. You can talk to Michelle Osborne, Judy
Shout out,
Brainus, just people, and or call the Diocese of the Catholic Church. But you can reach us, and we'd love to. If you need to send us anybody, we'd love to talk to them.
Okay. And so is there any particular person or like any sort of life situation that someone's in that is usually y'all are able to help with the most? Or just anyone who could use the information or help that y'all offer?
Anybody who could use the information.
Okay. Nice.
We'd love to have them.
That's awesome.
All right.
Well, it's been great talking with you, Meg.
Well, I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Talk to y'all later.